All right, Legacy Vault, let's get right into it. We're talking about a name that, whether you whisper it or scream it, everyone knows. From a flashy, gold-plated real estate mogul who dominated the New York skyline to the 45th president of the United States, love him, hate him, dissect him, analyze him, you cannot ignore him. Donald Trump's rise isn't just a story, it's a damn phenomenon. One of the most controversial, debated, and absolutely fascinating success sagas in modern history. Forget your politics for a second, just for this episode. We're not here to debate policy, we're here to dissect success. But what's really under the hood of that empire? What's the engine, the fuel, the mindset that powered those billions, those skyscrapers, those incredibly bold, sometimes mind-boggling decisions? What are the core principles, the non-negotiables that took him from his father's company to a global brand in the White House? You think it's just luck? You think it's just inheritance? You're not looking deep enough. There's a playbook here, and too many of you are scared to even open it because of the name on the cover. Stay with me, because you're on the Legacy Vault, and I'm Dilraj Singh. We're not about surface-level fluff here. We're diving deep, headfirst, no apologies, into the success playbook, the mindset, the sheer operational tactics of Donald J. Trump. We're going to extract the lessons, the strategies, the raw, unfiltered insights that you can actually use. Forget the noise, let's find the signal. Let's go. All right, let's kick this off with the absolute foundation, the bedrock of the entire Trump universe. Secret number one, and it's a big one, so listen up. Build a brand, not just a business. He wasn't just selling concrete and steel. He wasn't just renting out apartments or hotel rooms. He was selling an image, an aspirational lifestyle, a feeling. The name Trump, it became more than a surname. It became a goddamn global brand synonymous with luxury, with power, with a certain kind of unapologetic dominance. Think about it. Trump Tower, Trump Hotel, Trump Park, Trump Plaza, Trump International Golf Club, Trump Winery, Trump Steaks for crying out loud, even Trump University, controversial as it was. And let's not forget The Apprentice. What was the common denominator? The name, always front and center. He understood that his name, plastered in big gold letters, was the ultimate marketing tool. It was a promise, a statement. Before you even walked into one of his buildings, before you even considered one of his products, the brand had already spoken to you loudly and clearly. It screamed success, opulence, and a certain winner mentality. And then, boom, The Apprentice hits the airwaves. That show wasn't just a TV hit, it was a branding masterclass disguised as entertainment. Week after week, he's there in the boardroom, the ultimate decider, the king of his domain, and that iconic phrase, "You're fired!" That wasn't just a line, it was a cultural phenomenon. It made him a household name, a recognized face, a personality in over 100 frickin' countries. He wasn't just a real estate guy anymore, he was the boss. This is where so many of you get it twisted. You're so focused on your product, your service, the nuts and bolts of your little operation, that you forget the story, the feeling, the brand. Your brand is your reputation at scale. It's what people say about you when you're not in the room. Trump understood this intuitively. He cultivated an image of success, and then he leveraged that image to build more success. It's a feedback loop. He was playing chess while everyone else was playing checkers, focusing on short-term sales instead of long-term brand equity. The takeaway here, and I need you to burn this into your brains, is monumental. Build a brand that speaks volumes before you even utter a single word. Your name, your logo, your company culture, your content, it all needs to scream your values, your promise, your unique selling proposition. Trump made people feel like they were getting a piece of the high life, a taste of power, even if it was just by staying in one of his hotels or watching his show. He wasn't just building buildings, he was building a narrative. A narrative of ambition, of luxury, of being the best, the biggest, the most talked about. This is lesson number one from the Trump playbook, and it's a game changer if you actually execute on it. All right, let's get into the second pillar of Trump's success, and this one is all about mindset, all about ambition, all about audacity. Success secret number two, think big. And I don't just mean, oh, I want a slightly bigger house. No, I mean really, monumentally, earth-shatteringly big. Trump himself famously said, if you're going to be thinking anyway, you might as well think big. And boy, did he live by that mantra. This wasn't just a cute quote for him, it was an operational strategy, a core belief system that dictated his every move. This is where so many entrepreneurs, so many individuals just fall flat on their face. They play it safe, they think small. They're constrained by their current circumstances, by their fears, by what other people tell them is realistic. Trump? He seemed to operate in a different reality, one where the limits were constantly being pushed, constantly being redefined. He wasn't just looking to build another apartment building, he was looking to build the tallest, the most luxurious, the most talked about building. He aimed for iconic status from day one. He took absolutely massive risks. We're talking about buying and developing skyscrapers in the heart of Manhattan when others were hesitant. He ventured into the notoriously volatile casino industry, building Taj Mahals when others were building motels. He even bought a goddamn football team in the USFL. These weren't small bets, these were all-in moves, high-stakes gambles that could make or break him. And listen, it's crucial to acknowledge this. Some of those moves absolutely failed. Spectacularly, even. Chapter 3. Media Judo Owning the Narrative. If you're not talking, they're talking about you. Alright, let's get into a topic that is so incredibly relevant today, more than ever, and it's something Trump mastered decades before most people even understood its power. Success, secret number 3. Use the media before it uses you. This is critical. Trump understood the media landscape, the news cycle, the power of a headline like few businessmen or even politicians ever have. He wasn't just a participant in the media game, he was a goddamn puppet master, pulling strings and generating attention at will. Long before Twitter, before Facebook, before Instagram, before any of us were talking about personal brands and content creation, Donald Trump was a fixture in the New York tabloids, on talk shows, in gossip columns. He knew how to create a story, how to make himself the center of attention, and here's the controversial part that many people miss. He understood that all press, in many ways, is good press, as long as they spell your name right. Good, bad, ugly. It didn't matter as much as being relevant, being talked about. He kept his name, his brand, constantly in the public consciousness. He wasn't passive, he didn't wait for reporters to call him. He'd the news, he'd leak stories, call reporters himself, stage grand announcements, pick public fights. He understood that the media feeds on drama, on conflict, on novelty, on big personalities, and he provided all of that in spades. Chapter 4, The Bounce Back King, Eating Failure for Breakfast. Setbacks are setups. Now, this next secret is one that so many people are terrified of, one that paralyzes them from even starting. But for Trump, and for any truly resilient entrepreneur, it's just part of the damn process. Success secret number 4. Failure is a step, not a stop. I want you to really let that sink in. It's not the end of the road, it's a detour, a learning opportunity, a goddamn stepping stone to something bigger if you have the guts to see it that way. And Trump's career is littered with moments that would have absolutely crushed lesser individuals. Let's be real, Donald Trump has faced corporate bankruptcy. Not just once, but multiple times with his casino and hotel ventures. These weren't small stumbles, these were massive public financial implosions. He lost businesses. Remember Trump Steaks, Trump Vodka, Trump Shuttle, the USFL? He's been sued countless times by partners, by contractors, by cities. He's been mocked relentlessly by comedians, by the media, by political opponents. He has faced intense global public scrutiny on a level that most of us can't even comprehend. Imagine your worst business day being front-page news around the world. But here's the defining characteristic. The thing that truly sets him apart in this context. Each and every single time he got knocked down, he found a way to get back up. And not just get back up, but often return stronger, bolder, and seemingly more determined than before. He didn't crawl into a hole and disappear. He didn't change his name and try to hide. He doubled down, he learned, he adapted, or at least appeared to, and he came roaring back, often with a new venture, a new angle, a new fight to pick. Chapter 5. Unshakable Belief, The Trump Armor. Your confidence is your loudest sales pitch. Alright, let's hammer home the 5th and final secret from the Trump playbook, and this one, frankly, is the engine that powers all the others. It's the fuel, the fire, the unshakable foundation. Success secret number 5, believe even when no one else does. And I mean believe with every fiber of your being. Trump has been criticized endlessly for being too confident, for being arrogant, for being boastful. But let me tell you something. That same criticized confidence is precisely what built his empire and took him to places no one, and I mean no one, thought he could reach. Think about it. Whether he was walking into billion-dollar real estate negotiations with seasoned developers, launching a new audacious brand extension, or standing on a debate stage with experienced politicians, his belief in himself, in his ideas, in his ability to win, was almost always unshakable. Even when the polls were against him, even when the pundits were laughing, even when his own advisors might have been wavering, Trump projected an aura of absolute certainty. This is not just for show, it's a deeply ingrained psychological advantage. This kind of self-belief is a magnet. It attracts attention, it attracts opportunities, it can even attract followers and investors. When you project that level of conviction, it makes other people pause and think, maybe he knows something I don't. It can be intimidating to competitors and reassuring to allies. Now, there's a fine line between confidence and delusion for sure, but the reality is, in the high-stakes game of business and influence, a lack of belief in yourself is a death sentence. If don't believe in your product, your service, your vision, why the hell should anyone else? Chapter 6. Your legacy, your rules, build it like Trump. So, there you have it. 5 core tenets from the playbook of one of the most talked-about figures of our time. Now let me be crystal clear. You don't have to agree with everything Donald Trump says or does. You don't have to like his style, that's not the point of this. The point is to dissect success, to understand the mechanics of influence and empire building, regardless of the individual. And if there's one overarching lesson, one massive takeaway we can all learn from this deep dive, it's this. Your mindset, your unwavering belief, your relentless execution, that's what writes your legacy. It's the ink. So, what are you going to do with that? Are you going to play it safe? Or are you going to dream big, like really big? Are you going to whisper your ambitions? Or are you going to speak bold, own your voice, and command attention? Are you going to crumble at the first sign of failure? Or are you going to fail forward, learn the lesson, and come back stronger? And most importantly, are you going to build a business? Or are you going to build a brand? Build your name, your reputation, like it's the most valuable asset you own, because it is. Legends aren't just born out of thin air. They are meticulously, relentlessly, unapologetically built, brick by brick, tweet by tweet, deal by deal. This is the Legacy Vault. We're here to unpack the blueprints of greatness, to give you the tools, the insights, the raw motivation to build your own damn legacy. If this resonated, if you got even one piece of actionable fire from this, then hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway. We're bringing you more powerful stories, more success lessons from the legends of our time, the icons, the disruptors. Don't miss out. See you in the next one. Let's get it.